This is for those who can't name the Ugandan presidents after Idi Amin. So let's go through it. The Tanzanian forces, with the FRONASA and all the other rebel groups that were in Tanzania, removed Amin from government. They elected or appointed Yusuf Kironde Lule, a Uganda, to be their president. This is because he was an intellectual, a chancellor at Makerere, I think, and other academic qualifications he had. It was the safest bet to put him than put a military leader. But problems came in because Yusuf Lule was a person who was appointing ministers without consulting the National Consultative Council, which was like the supreme control, where Museveni was and Oito Jok. Oito Jok was a military person in Obote's regime and had also fled to Tanzania. So the National Consultative Council removed him from power forcefully. And then they voted for Godfrey Binaisa. Binaisa lasted for 11 months. So when he was appointed, the problem came in that Binaisa saw that Museveni and Oito Jok had a lot of military power. Museveni had FRONASA, where he had his own fighters, and also Oito Jok was controlling that Tanzanian Ugandan army. So Binaisa began splitting and separating Museveni and Oito Jok from military power. So Museveni was appointed Minister of National Cooperation, something like that. He was taken away from the position of Minister of Defense. And then this angered him. And also the breaking point came when Binaisa wanted to remove Oito Jok from the CDF position, which is the Chief of Staff, to another lower position. This was the breaking point between Museveni and all the military people, and they're like, you know what, let's do a coup and remove this nigger from. Binaisa lasted for only 11 months, and then they appointed Paul Muwanga to be the chair of the National Consultative Council, his being the head or the president of Uganda. So this period was the period during that first election that we're preparing for, when Obote came back. That was 1980. When Obote came back and they're going to cast the votes. So Paul Muwanga was the president, acting president, till the elections, which Apollo Milton Obote won. And of course, Museveni disputed the elections because Paulo Muwanga backed Milton Obote. So he said there was a lot of election malpractice that helped Milton Obote win the elections. So Obote ruled from 1980 to 1985, while Museveni was also in the bush fighting against him, where Milton Obote was sidelining the tribe of Tito Okello, and also Okello wanted to retire, but Milton Obote was sidelining. There was tribal disputes in the military, and this soon led to the overthrow of Obote by Tito Okello Lutua and Baziri Okello. That was in July 1985. So they captured power and ruled for 6 months till January 1986, when Museveni marched into Kampala and took over power.